Have you ever wondered how many lifetimes the water in your glass has witnessed? Could it carry whispers from ancient rains or secrets from glaciers long melted? The water you drink is not just liquid. It is a traveler through time, endlessly cycling, quietly connecting you to Earth's deep past. Welcome to the Thoughtful Night, where tonight we will journey together into the timeless story of water, how it moves, rests, and flows across the planet, often older than we can imagine. As you settle into your quiet space, let your body relax and your mind wander gently with me through this ancient dance of water. Before we begin, take a moment to tell me where you're listening from in the comments below. Whether you're near the ocean, a mountain, or a city far away, we're sharing this moment under the same sky. And if you find comfort and curiosity in these stories, please subscribe and ring the bell to join our peaceful community. Now, breathe in slowly, and let's follow the endless journey of the water you drink. A story of time, life, and quiet wonder. Water is a traveler unlike any other, journeying in a timeless dance that has played out for millions of years. Imagine, if you will, a droplet of water beginning its voyage on the surface of a shimmering lake. The sun's gentle warmth calls it upward, coaxing it into the sky. Through evaporation, it slips silently into the air, becoming part of a vast, invisible river flowing above us all. This is only the beginning of its endless journey. Once lifted high into the atmosphere, the vapor cools and condenses, gathering with countless other droplets to form clouds, vast, drifting travelers that float across the sky. These clouds move with the winds, carried over mountains, oceans, and deserts, spanning continents and climates. They are the storytellers of water, holding within them traces of every place they have visited. Eventually, the clouds release their precious cargo as rain, snow, or mist, precipitation that falls softly or fiercely, returning water to the earth below. Some droplets land on leafy branches, glisten on spider webs, or soak into the soil beneath your feet. Others fill rivers and streams, flowing steadily toward oceans, completing a cycle that has repeated without pause since the dawn of our planet. This cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation is often called the water cycle, but it is more than a scientific process. It is a rhythm, a dance older than human memory, pulsing through time and space. Each molecule of water is ancient, recycled again and again, wandering through the atmosphere, the earth, and the seas for millions of years. The molecules you drink today may once have been part of a glacier melting in a distant mountain, a raindrop nourishing a rainforest, or a wave breaking on a faraway shore. Water has no beginning and no end. It simply moves, changes form, and travels. Always the same molecules, endlessly reimagined. Scientifically, water's longevity can be understood through the concept of molecular recycling. The hydrogen and oxygen atoms that compose water molecules bond and break apart, reform, and return to liquid, gas, or ice phases. This means the water you sip is not newly created. It is a traveler on an ancient, ceaseless journey. In fact, some estimates suggest that a single water molecule spends around 9 days in the atmosphere, but its time in oceans or underground aquifers can last hundreds or even thousands of years. The cycle is a delicate balance, a quiet choreography between sun, wind, land, and sea. As the water evaporates, it absorbs energy, cooling the Earth's surface in the process. When it falls as rain, it nourishes plants, fills lakes, and replenishes groundwater. It shapes the landscapes, carving valleys and sculpting cliffs. The water cycle is life's great connector, linking the atmosphere to the land and the seas, binding together ecosystems and climates. Look closely at a river, and you'll see it carries stories in its flow. Tales of snowmelt from distant peaks, of desert storms, of tropical rains. It is a living archive of the water cycle's endless voyage. The river is a storyteller, speaking in ripples and currents. Clouds, too, are travelers carrying these ancient waters across great distances. They gather moisture from the oceans, absorb whispers of evaporation from the forests and fields, and drift, seemingly aimless but part of a vast, interconnected system. The dance of water is also a dance of transformation. It moves from vapor to liquid to ice and back again, sometimes freezing into glaciers that lock away water for centuries, then slowly releasing it as they melt. This slow release is part of the water's long, patient journey. In the quiet night, when you drink a glass of water, imagine the ancient voyage those molecules have made. Consider that they have been part of clouds drifting over forgotten landscapes, of rain feeding wild rivers, of ice trapped in ancient glaciers. The water is a link, a thread woven through time and space. This journey reminds us of our own place in the world. Transient, yet connected to something enduring. Water teaches patience, persistence, and renewal. It invites us to see time not just as a line, but as a cycle, a returning, a rejoining. So tonight, as you close your eyes and prepare for rest, carry this image of the eternal water cycle with you. Let the steady rhythm of evaporation and rain, of rivers flowing and clouds drifting, lull you gently towards sleep. The water you drink is old beyond measure. It is a traveler of time, endlessly cycling, endlessly returning, endlessly connecting. Beneath the earth's surface, hidden from sight, lie reservoirs of water far older than any of us can imagine. These are the ancient waters, sometimes called fossil water, that have been locked away for thousands, sometimes millions of years. When you take a sip from your glass, some of those molecules may have begun their journey long before humans walked the earth. Imagine descending deep into the earth, far below where roots reach and rivers run. Here, in the quiet darkness, water rests in vast underground pockets known as aquifers. These are time capsules, holding water trapped during ancient climates, when the world was warmer or colder, when ice sheets stretched and receded, when deserts bloomed and vanished. The water here is still patient, waiting to rejoin the surface world. Scientists have drilled deep into these aquifers, pulling up samples of water that hold clues to Earth's past. Through the science of isotopes, they can measure how old this water is, sometimes tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years. This water predates civilizations, languages, and even the first footprints on continents. Some aquifers contain water left behind from ancient rainfalls during ice ages, when glaciers covered vast stretches of the planet. Others store water that seeped slowly through rock layers, filtering through earth that has remained untouched for millennia. The water's journey here is slow, almost imperceptible. A steady drip over epochs that finally pools underground. In places like the Sahara Desert or deep beneath the Australian outback, fossil water is a precious resource. It is sometimes the only source of fresh water in vast arid lands, preserved like a secret in the depths. Yet this water is finite, a gift from an ancient time, slowly depleted by modern use. Glaciers also guard some of Earth's oldest water. These colossal ice formations lock away frozen droplets accumulated over thousands of years. When glaciers melt, whether from seasonal warmth or longer climate shifts, they release water that carries the memory of frozen centuries. This slow release connects the past to the present in a fragile, flowing thread. Picture a glacier like a massive, icy archive, each layer a page in Earth's climate diary. As ice forms, it traps tiny bubbles of ancient air and water. These bubbles are snapshots of past atmospheres and ecosystems, preserving the story of Earth's changing face. The water beneath your feet or inside your glass may have once been trapped in such a glacier or aquifer. It may have traveled underground, unseen, for ages beyond human reckoning, only now emerging to quench thirst and sustain life. This water is a bridge, a connection between ancient worlds and the moment you drink. Though it feels fresh and new, every molecule of this water carries the weight of history. It reminds us that time is not always swift. Sometimes, it flows slow and steady, hidden beneath our feet, in cool, shadowed places. This hidden water reveals a deeper rhythm of the planet, one that is slow, patient, and enduring. It teaches us about resilience and the unseen processes that sustain life across generations. The thought that the water you drink might have been here before any city was built, before any tree was planted, before human stories began. This thought invites awe. It invites reverence for the quiet mysteries beneath the surface of everyday life. And so, as you relax into the night, imagine the ancient origins of the water you hold. See the deep caves and rocky layers where it rested, the frozen glaciers that slowly let it go, the silent centuries it waited before returning to you. This water is more than liquid. It is a storyteller from deep time, a messenger from worlds long past, now part of your own story. Hold this image gently as you drift toward sleep, a reminder of the timelessness beneath and all around you. Beneath the earth where your feet rest softly, an unseen world quietly unfolds. Here, in the cool and shadowed spaces beneath soil and rock, water moves with a gentle patience, tracing paths carved over centuries. This is groundwater, a slow, silent dance hidden beneath the surface. When rain falls from the sky, not all of it rushes away in rivers or evaporates back to clouds. Some of it seeps into the ground, slipping between grains of sand and winding through cracks in rock. This water sinks deeper, drawn by gravity and the earth's porous embrace. It takes its time, sometimes traveling only a few centimeters a day, moving at a pace almost imperceptible to our hurried lives. Imagine water droplets weaving their way through tiny spaces between soil particles, threading slowly downward, like a gentle whisper lost in the vastness of Earth. Over years, decades, and even centuries, these droplets collect in underground reservoirs, aquifers, vast hidden lakes beneath layers of stone. The water here rests quietly, cradled in the earth, filtering through mineral layers and cooling in the dark. It is a patient traveler, taking its time, resting and moving at a pace the surface world rarely knows. Some groundwater moves quickly, emerging as springs that feed rivers and wetlands. Others linger, held in deep underground pockets, untouched by light or sound. This slow movement of groundwater means the water in your tap might have been underground for a very long time, years, decades, even centuries. It might have been filtered naturally through rock, cleansed by layers of soil, and stored safely beneath the earth before it reaches you. Every sip carries this deep, slow story. Listen closely, and you might hear the echoes of dripping water in limestone caves. Tiny droplets falling rhythmically, sculpting stalactites and stalagmites over thousands of years. These cave waters are part of the same underground network, a delicate web of liquid that flows unseen, shaping the earth as quietly as it moves. The slow dance of groundwater reminds us that time beneath the surface flows differently than on the world above. It moves with patience and care, following paths worn by ancient rains and shaped by the earth's contours. Groundwater is a reservoir of history, a quiet keeper of time. Beneath our cities, fields, and forests, groundwater weaves its way through layers of earth, connecting distant places. It can take hundreds or thousands of years for water to travel from where it fell as rain to where it surfaces again, flowing into a river or being drawn up through a well. This slow journey also teaches us about the fragility of water. Because groundwater moves so slowly, it is vulnerable to pollution and overuse. Once contaminated or depleted, it can take generations to recover. The underground world is a silent partner in our survival, needing our respect and care. Tonight, as you listen and relax, imagine the slow journey beneath your feet. Picture water threading through soil and rock, moving gently and patiently, carrying stories from distant places and times. Imagine that the water you drink has rested here, deep underground, far from sunlight and noise. This water, once part of rain and rivers, now flows through a hidden world, moving in a slow dance that connects past to present, earth to life. It is an ancient traveler, quietly sustaining the world above. As you breathe deeply, let this image settle within you, a calm reminder of the deep, slow rhythms beneath us, of water moving through time and earth, unseen but ever present. With this knowledge, the water you drink becomes more than refreshment. It is a connection to Earth's hidden stories and patient cycles. Allow this peaceful thought to carry you gently towards sleep, wrapped in the quiet embrace of groundwater's timeless journey. If water could speak, what stories would it tell? Imagine the countless generations of humans who have lived alongside rivers, lakes, and springs, drawing life and meaning from the same flowing streams. Water has been a silent witness to the rise and fall of civilizations, a gentle observer of human dreams, struggles, and celebrations. Picture an ancient river, perhaps the Nile, the Tigris, or the Indus, winding through fertile valleys. Over thousands of years, it carried the waters that nourished crops, sustained cities, and brought people together. Along these banks, empires grew, cultures blossomed, and stories were born. Water flowed quietly through all of it, constant and unchanging even as the world transformed around it. Water's presence shaped agriculture, the foundation of human civilization. Early farmers relied on irrigation systems, channeling river water to their fields, coaxing life from the soil. The ancient canals of Mesopotamia and the terraced rice paddies of Asia are testaments to humanity's ingenuity and deep respect for water's power. Without water's steady gift, these early societies could not have thrived. Beyond survival, water has held a sacred place in human hearts and rituals. Many cultures have seen rivers and springs as divine, places of cleansing, healing, and connection to the spiritual world. Water became a symbol of life's renewal, used in ceremonies, blessings, and meditations. The sacred Ganges, the ritual baths of the ancient Romans, the holy wells of Celtic lands, all reflect water's profound role in human experience. As you listen, imagine the water flowing through those ancient lands, carrying not only physical sustenance, but also the memories and prayers of countless people. It witnessed the laughter of children, the toil of farmers, the quiet moments of reflection beside still waters. Through droughts and floods, peace and conflict, water remained a steady companion. Water's story intertwines with humanity's, sometimes shaping it, sometimes quietly enduring as people rise and fall. The water you drink today might have once passed through these ancient lands, shared by civilizations long gone. It is a living thread connecting the past with the present. Consider the ancient aqueducts and wells monuments to human efforts to capture and share water. These feats show how water has long been valued as precious and vital. They remind us that water is more than a resource. It is a partner in human history. In our modern world, water still carries this legacy. Our cities and towns depend on the same principles, bringing clean water to homes, nurturing gardens, sustaining life. Yet, the deep connection between people and water is sometimes easy to forget amid the hum of technology and the rush of daily life. Tonight, as you relax, imagine water's silent witness through time. See it flowing past ancient temples and bustling marketplaces. Hear the soft ripple beside a quiet village well. Feel the invisible link it creates across centuries and continents. Water invites us to pause and reflect on the stories it holds, the shared human journey it has supported, the delicate balance we must honor. As you breathe deeply, let water's timeless presence fill you with calm and wonder. Know that each glass you drink is part of this vast, ancient flow. It carries whispers of civilizations past and the promise of life continuing onward. Let this thought settle gently in your heart as you drift toward peaceful rest. A quiet reminder that water is not just a resource but a witness to all we are and all we hope to be. Stretching beyond the horizons, the oceans hold more than just waves and tides. They cradle the memories of the Earth's water in their vast embrace. Imagine these immense blue expanses as ancient keepers of time, where countless water molecules have journeyed across eons, carrying stories from distant places and forgotten eras. The ocean is the largest reservoir of Earth's water, a deep and endless archive of liquid history. It is a realm of powerful currents that move water slowly but relentlessly, weaving through continents and depths with grace and purpose. These currents are the veins of the ocean, carrying life, warmth, and the essence of water's journey across the globe. Each wave you watch rolling onto the shore is part of a much larger story, a cycle that began millions of years ago. The water in the ocean has been here through epochs of change, from ice ages to warm interludes, from ancient marine forests to today's vibrant coral reefs. The ocean's vastness gives it the power to hold water molecules for centuries or even millennia, allowing them to mingle and mix with waters from every corner of the planet. Scientists have discovered that the ocean's waters carry isotopes, tiny variations in the atoms of hydrogen and oxygen, that act like timestamps. These isotopes tell tales of where water came from, how long it has been traveling, and what it has experienced along the way. By studying these markers, we learn that some ocean water has cycled through countless storms, tides, and seasons, tracing a timeline almost as old as the Earth itself. Imagine the quiet depths where sunlight fades, where cold currents flow silently beneath the waves. Here, water moves in slow, deep loops, connecting the polar ice caps to tropical seas, carrying nutrients and warmth alike. This slow, deep circulation is often called the ocean's conveyor belt, a magnificent and patient rhythm that refreshes the seas and keeps the planet in balance. The ocean's tides, pulled gently by the moon's gravity, rise and fall like a heartbeat, a steady reminder of water's connection to the rhythms of space and time. Each tidal wave is a breath of the earth, a pulse in the eternal dance of water. Think of the ocean as a storyteller, its waves whispering secrets gathered from every river, glacier, and rainfall that has touched its surface. The water here is a traveler without end, shaped by winds, currents, and the passage of time, always moving yet always here. As you listen, picture the vast ocean depths, the sunlit surface sparkling with life, and the slow currents threading through the dark. Feel the gentle power of the tides, the endless ebb and flow that carries water from place to place and moment to moment. In this vastness, water becomes timeless, a liquid memory stretching beyond what the eye can see or the mind can grasp. It reminds us that we are part of something far greater, connected through the water that flows in us and all around us. Tonight, As you relax, imagine standing at the edge of the ocean, hearing the steady rhythm of waves and tides. Let this immense timekeeper soothe your mind and carry you gently towards sleep, wrapped in the endless, calming flow of water's ancient story. Lift your gaze softly toward the sky, where water takes flight in a graceful, endless dance. Here, invisible to the eye, water begins a new journey, transformed from liquid to vapor, rising gently into the vast expanse above. This is the soaring flight of water, a delicate voyage from earth to air, from sea and soil to clouds that drift across continents. Imagine the warmth of the sun touching a quiet lake or a gentle stream. The sunlight's tender embrace invites water molecules to break free, rising upward as vapor, light, and invisible. This transformation, evaporation, marks the start of water's climb to the skies, a subtle yet powerful change that connects land and air in a timeless exchange. As water vapor ascends, it cools and begins to gather, forming tiny droplets that cling together in a soft, white mist. This is condensation, the quiet moment when water reveals itself anew, gathering into clouds that float like wandering travelers. These clouds are both delicate and strong, shaping and reshaping as winds carry them across vast distances, over mountains, forests, and cities. Picture a cloud drifting slowly, a gentle giant suspended between earth and sky. It carries within it the promise of life, holding countless drops of water, each with its own journey. Some freshly risen from the ocean's surface, others once nestled in ancient glaciers or secret underground rivers. Together, these droplets mingle, forming a tapestry woven from many places and times. Clouds connect distant lands, bridging oceans and deserts, uniting ecosystems separated by thousands of miles. They carry the rain that nourishes the earth, fills rivers, and sustains forests. Every drop of rain that falls from a cloud is a gift, a whispered message from the sky to the land below. When clouds grow heavy, their droplets combine and grow too large to remain aloft. Gravity gently calls them back home, and they descend as rain, snow, or mist, touching the earth with soft, life-giving kisses. Imagine the delicate tap of rain on leaves, the steady patter on rooftops, the soft hush of a summer shower. Each sound is a reminder of water's ongoing cycle, a natural rhythm that soothes and renews. The journey of water through clouds and rain is a dance of transformation. From liquid to vapor, to cloud, to droplets falling gently back to earth. It is a cycle that connects all living things, a quiet symphony played out in the skies above. As you breathe deeply, feel the coolness of rain, the freshness it brings, and the renewal that follows. Imagine the rain soaking into the soil, replenishing streams, feeding roots, and nourishing life unseen beneath the surface. This soaring flight is not just a physical process. It is a metaphor for change and renewal. Water teaches us that even as we rise, we must return, completing the cycles that sustain us. Clouds remind us to move gently and to carry within us the possibility of growth and refreshment. Tonight, as you settle into calmness, picture clouds drifting softly above you, carrying ancient waters and distant rains. Let the sound of rain, imagined or real, wash over you like a lullaby, inviting peaceful sleep and dreams filled with wonder. Know that the water you drink, the rain you see, and the clouds you watch are all part of this beautiful, endless flight, a journey of life that never ceases, forever connecting earth and sky. Take a moment to hold a glass of water in your hands. Feel its coolness, the smoothness against your skin. This simple act, so ordinary yet so profound, connects you to a story that stretches back through time. An ancient journey of water, moving quietly through the world before arriving in your glass. Imagine the water you're about to drink. It began as vapor rising from oceans, lakes, or rivers, lifted by the warmth of the sun, carried by clouds across vast landscapes. Some of it might have fallen as rain thousands of years ago, seeping slowly into the ground, resting deep underground in hidden aquifers. Others might have been trapped in glaciers, slowly released over centuries. The water in your glass carries this history silently, patiently. A traveler that has passed through storms and calm, through sunlit days and starry nights. It has been shaped by the Earth's mountains, rivers, and valleys. Every molecule holds a story of evaporation, condensation, and flow that now comes to rest with you. Think about the long underground rivers and springs that have fed this water, often moving at a pace so slow it is measured in centuries. Imagine caves deep beneath the earth, where water drips steadily, tracing slow paths carved by time itself. This is water that has witnessed the silent passage of years, untouched by the noise of human life. As it emerges into the light, this water enters our homes, ready to sustain life once again. It carries no hurry, no rush, only the quiet grace of existence, flowing steadily from source to tap. When you raise the glass to your lips, you partake in a ritual as old as humanity itself. Savor the sensation, the cool, refreshing taste, the way the water slips down your throat, bringing life to every cell. This simple act of drinking is a reminder of the miracle that water is, endlessly recycled, ever ancient, yet always present and vital. Water in your glass is more than just a substance. It is a link, a bridge between the past and present, between nature and yourself. It connects you to the oceans, the clouds, the deep underground wells, and the distant glaciers. It connects you to every living thing that depends on this precious resource. Reflect, too, on the countless hands and efforts involved in bringing this water to you. Those who protect rivers, who build wells, who treat and purify. Water is a gift that requires care and respect, a shared treasure that binds communities and ecosystems. Tonight, as you prepare to drink your water, breathe in this connection. Feel the ancient history coursing through it, and the life it sustains within you. Let this knowledge bring calm and gratitude, grounding you in the flow of time and nature. As you sip, imagine the water flowing through your body, refreshing and renewing, joining the rhythms of your own breath and heartbeat. Let it remind you that you are part of a greater whole, an unbroken chain that links the distant past to the present moment. Allow this thought to bring you peace, a gentle reminder that even in the quietest moments, you are connected to the vast and timeless dance of water. The water you drink carries stories older than you can imagine, and through it, you too become a part of that eternal journey. As sleep approaches, let this sense of connection deepen. Feel the water's calm presence within you, steady and soothing, as it carries you softly into rest. Know that in every drop lies a world of wonder, a gift as old as time, flowing endlessly through the story of life. As the journey of water stretches endlessly through time, carrying ancient stories and nourishing life, it now faces challenges that ask us to pause, reflect, and act with care. The water that flows through rivers, seeps beneath our feet, and fills our glasses is more precious than ever. Fragile threads woven into the delicate fabric of Earth's future. In many parts of the world, water scarcity has become a quiet crisis. Once abundant rivers now trickle thinly. Aquifers that took millennia to fill are emptied in decades, and glaciers that store ancient water are melting faster than they can replenish. These changes are not distant problems. They touch communities, ecosystems, and all living beings, including you and me. Imagine a world where every drop of water is counted, where the gentle sound of a flowing stream becomes a rare and treasured memory. The water cycle, so constant and eternal, now wavers under the weight of human actions and a warming climate. Rising temperatures cause more evaporation and droughts, while intense storms bring sudden floods that wash away soils and reshape landscapes. Pollution adds another layer of challenge. Chemicals, plastics, and waste seep into waterways, transforming once pure water into something that needs careful cleaning before it can sustain life. This invisible threat affects not just humans but countless creatures that depend on clean water. The fish that swim beneath the surface, the birds that drink at dawn, the plants rooted in riverbanks. Yet within these challenges lies an opportunity, a call to stewardship, a chance to cherish and protect this ancient gift. Water reminds us that life depends on cycles of renewal and balance. Just as it flows through clouds and rivers, it invites us to move with respect and mindfulness. Picture communities coming together to safeguard rivers, farmers choosing water-wise practices that honor the land, cities investing in cleaner technologies, and individuals embracing small acts of conservation. Each effort is a drop in the vast ocean of change, rippling outward with hope. The future of water depends on our choices, on how deeply we understand the stories it carries. Water is a teacher, whispering lessons about patience, resilience, and connection. It shows us that even in moments of scarcity, life finds a way, and healing is possible. As you listen tonight, imagine yourself as a guardian of this precious resource. See the earth through water's eyes, the sparkling streams, the deep oceans, the silent underground wells, all calling for gentle care and renewed respect. Feel gratitude for the water that sustains you, and a quiet determination to honor its journey. Every drop you conserve, every act of kindness to the environment, is a step toward a future where water continues its endless dance, pure, abundant, and full of life. Let this thought soothe your mind and heart as you prepare to rest. Know that by holding water gently, you hold the future of our planet. A promise to protect, cherish, and celebrate the liquid thread that connects us all. In this quiet moment, breathe deeply, feeling the presence of water within and around you. Let its ancient wisdom flow through your thoughts, calming worries and filling you with hope. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, carry with you the vision of a world where water's journey continues unhindered. A world where every drop is valued, and every living being drinks from the well of life with peace. As our journey comes to a close, take a deep breath and let your mind gently trace back the path we've traveled together. From the invisible vapor that rose from ancient oceans to the clouds drifting silently overhead. From glaciers holding time in their frozen grasp to the hidden rivers beneath your feet. From the vast, rolling oceans that cradle entire histories to the delicate water resting now in your glass. Water's story is endless, timeless, and intertwined with your own. Tonight, the water you drank is more than a simple refreshment. It is a vessel carrying countless stories, flowing through the veins of earth and life itself. It has witnessed the birth of mountains, the passing of ages, and the quiet unfolding of human history. Every molecule is a traveler through time, endlessly cycling, endlessly renewing. Hold this thought close as you hold the glass or bottle in your hands. Water connects you, not only to the natural world but to everyone and everything that has ever lived. It is a silent witness, a patient companion, a living thread that weaves together the fabric of existence. If this story has brought you a sense of calm or wonder, I invite you to share that feeling. Please like this video and subscribe to The Thoughtful Night for more gentle explorations of the world's quiet wonders. If you feel moved, leave a comment below telling me where you're watching from and what surprised or inspired you most about the water you drink. Your stories and thoughts add life to this shared experience, creating a community bound by curiosity and respect for our planet. As you prepare to close your eyes, let the soft rhythm of water's eternal dance lull you toward rest. Imagine the gentle ripple of a stream, the hush of rain falling on leaves, the steady pulse of tides beneath a moonlit sky. Water is always here, flowing, nourishing, renewing. Just as you are part of this endless flow, may your dreams be filled with the quiet beauty of water's journey, the peacefulness of time unfolding slowly, and the wonder of life in every drop. Sleep well, knowing that beneath the surface of your everyday world flows a story as deep and vast as the oceans themselves. Until we meet again, let water's timeless grace carry you gently through the night.